There. Okay, not getting... Oh, there we... Hey, there I am. Yay! Okay, let me make sure I open the chat on this side of the world so I can actually monitor all this stuff. Because knowing me, I won't. Here, there, here. Been a while since I've done any kind of streaming up here. Okay, that's there. And yeah, I think that's everything I needed. Kind of a spontaneous afternoon thing here. I've been starting to try and learn Clip Studio Paint. And yeah, I spent the past hour and a half sort of just setting up my screen and adjusting preferences and stuff like that. So now I can actually play with tools a little bit more and have a bit more fun with that. It would help if I just had my brushes selected, wouldn't it? And had the right color selected too. So yeah, I'm just messing around in here, figuring out, my workflows and everything, and coming out of Photoshop CC, looking for my alternatives. And since Clip Studio Paint is so highly used and recommended by a lot of artists, this really felt like a good time to mess with it. As much as I needed to kind of get back into the studio and do the other stuff that I was doing anyway, this does make for a good test run. In this initial sketch that I'm tracing over is from like 4 or 5 years ago. So I have plenty of stuff I can do to mess with with this, and shapes and different things to test out the tools and get them to start working the way I want them to work. So yeah, that's about it. I probably won't be talking a whole hell of a lot. This is sort of my first impressions and everything else. First impressions are it's taken me a bit of time to get things up and working the way I think a brush should work. Like basic like mixing around paint digitally, faux mixing was sort of turned on by default and sort of is for a lot of the painting brushes. So just getting something to operate as a hard round was sort of my first big hurdle, and then there were a lot of different sub windows and options and things that are just on by default that just don't need to be. But now that I have the UI a little cleaner and things reorganized, then I can do a bit more with it. As long as I kind of get a rough sketch for this, I feel like I'm okay. There's a lot going on here in the original sketch, and I don't need it to be 100% the same. I'm probably going to make a lot of changes as I go. And that implies that I'm even going to end up doing turning this into an acrylic piece, because who the hell knows. But I felt like this was a decent enough starter. that it'll give me the ability to play a little bit more. I gotta say, one thing I did really like is you can kind of choose your what they call the paper color a bit at the beginning, so I made it gray instead of the pure white, which was really nice. Probably will likely have to try animating with this software as well at some point, since the capability is there. I haven't really looked at those tools yet, but I imagine and I would hope that I could at least do like a keyframe animation or something. Because I have been meaning to try to do some rudimentary animation for a number of years, and it just so happens to be that the tools are here to do this. Okay, I can work with that. Yeah, the biggest challenge was setting up rotate with the tablet to work correctly, because it wasn't working correctly initially. Move that to the side that way. Okay. Of course, now I'm back and forth with some of this. Okay. Also considering that it's the middle of the day on a Thursday, and this was relatively unannounced, I can't imagine the vast majority of my regular audience is even going to be here to see any of this mess. So what do I want to do for sky colors? I think I'll stick with bluerness. Maybe even lean towards the aquas a little bit. Oh, he slid that too far. Oh, that sketch should be on top. It's not bad. Go a little lighter. A little lighter in the middle. I have my tablet properties opening as well, because I do want to keep adjusting things since I haven't had to in a while. That's a little better. And then sort of just a nice pale yellow right in there. That's pretty good. It might even be a little too. Oh, hello. That's pretty good. All right. Now I need the. Oh, hello. Need to create the equivalent of my calligraphy brush that I used in Photoshop all the time. Oh, hello. All right. Can we be a little less tricky with our touch controls? Thanks. So, thickness. Oh, yeah, there we go. And then rotation angle. Oh, no, not thickness. Thickness is like all the way down. That'll work. I think. Okay. And we want Background mountains. All right. Stick with some sort of maybe some warm grays, I think. And I didn't think I'd use so there's a little color mixing palette down here, which I didn't think I would end up using. But mix. I'm actually already really enjoying it. The black red in there. I had used Coral Painter in the past, which works, but so let me get that color. But I was never a huge fan of it, and so that's got some streakiness to it. Not quite what I was expecting. Size. Opacity should be all the way up. That's not doing anything that I want it to do. Go back to our thick paint brush and turn it into a angle, hardness, density. No, not density. There's almost like the only thing I'm kind of like really struggling with right now is there's to some degree too many options for a lot of these brush settings. Which I need to create a brush tool, I think, here. We need to build ourselves a new brush tool here. Just settings, pressure, tilt. What? Hello. Where'd my response go? Thank you. That's not quite what I need there. I knew there were more. Oh, there we go. These settings. Okay. Thickness and angles on. Okay. And thickness. Yeah, there we go. That's what I needed. Thickness all the way down. Turn it sideways. At least from there. And then angle it slightly one way or the other. Kind of wish I could see that angle elsewhere. Maybe I might be able to change that in my other settings later. It's like by default, because I'm so used to Photoshop, I'm so used to like right clicking in the brush to get those properties, and they're all on the side now. So I'm just trying to reconfigure. Yeah, I bet I can turn that into like a keystroke or something. And utilize it that way. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. That's what I was looking for. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I wonder if I can turn that on and off. Remember that was another thing that was pen pressure settings. No, not that. References. Because that was a that is a Photoshop setting. Is something about command gestures. About disable palette operation with finger. Wait, disable. What does that mean? No, that is not what I wanted. That's the opposite of what I want. So where are we? Because there's a setting, at least like